If I were to sum up for you before I open the floor, how do we see this? We see Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to New York and Washington as a signal of India's abiding commitment, A, to multilateralism, and B, of our desire to build on the growing convergences in India-US ties, both in areas where we can work together and in areas where we can do more for each other. I think I will close the opening remarks for now, and the floor is open for any questions that Nandini and I can respond to. Yes, anyone? I don't see anybody this time. Yes.
सर, जैसा कि आपने बताया कि नरेंद्र मोदी का कई कार्यक्रम है जिसमें ब्रेकफास्ट और डिनर भी है, तो नरेंद्र मोदी के बारे में ये खबर आ रही है कि उपवास रखेंगे, तो उस कार्यक्रम में क्या उनके लिए मेनू रहेगा खाने पीने के लिए?
देखिए, मैं अंग्रेजी में अगर आपको जवाब दूं तो आप एग्री कर जाएंगे. थैंक यू. You know, it's normal diplomatic practice that when we discuss any engagements which may entail any meals or any other food, it's normal diplomatic practice for the host to request and for the guests, that is the Indian side, to indicate what are the dietary preferences. And let me assure you that those dietary preferences have been indicated to the host, and they have taken note of it and have prepared everything accordingly. Yes, sir. Ashwini?
So you mentioned about one-on-one with 6 individuals, CEOs of major US companies. Can you just tell us who, and will they be different from the guys who will be attending the event in which 11 major CEOs and so?
No, there are no double dipping.
No, you said 11 and 6.
Correct. There's 11 separately and 6 separately.
Saying why separately?
Why separately?
Not me, I still have a question.
No, is that your question, or is it, who are they? Yes, that's right. I think you tried to take over his question.
No.
Yeah. We'll try and list, so we'll try and tell you who they are. Or we just give you an idea of who they are. Yes, sure. Yes. Let's take the individual meetings first. Although in sequence they come second, but let me tell you one-on-one, the 6. These include, for example, the chairman of the Boeing company, the chairman of BlackRock. Yes, the CEO of BlackRock. There is IBM, chairman, president and CEO of IBM, the CEO of General Electric, the chairman of Goldman Sachs, and the CEO of KKR. I understand it's an investment corporate, and we will let you know the details. Okay, these are the ones where you are going to have one-on-one. Now, you would like to know who are the 10 leading Indian or 11 leading Indian CEOs who are having breakfast. I mentioned to you, no, sorry, not Indian, all are Western CEOs. So let me try and take them to you. I indicated to you the executive chairman of Google, Eric Schmidt. They will also be the Carlyle Group co-founder and co-CEO, David Rubinson. There is the Cargill Incorporated CEO and president. Pardon? Cargill, C-A-R-G-I-L-L. I'm certain, yeah. Then there is Citigroup Incorporated CEO, Merck and Company CEO, Caterpillar CEO, Warburg Pincus CEO, MasterCard CEO, Pepsi CEO, and also Hospira Group Chairman. Hospira, Hospira Group. It's related to healthcare. I'll answer. So this makes for 11 plus 6, 17 business. Oh, yes. Yes, Pradeep.
Sir, we were hearing that he's going to be holding meetings and interacting with some CEOs and leaders of top defense firms in the US. Is that correct? And if yes, who all?
I've already told you the CEOs. Yes, next. Yes, Mr. Venkat Narayan.
Akbar, the GE CEO is one of the people the Prime Minister is going to be meeting. Even though the nuclear agreement has been signed several years ago, there hasn't been much progress in Americans doing business with us. And there are a lot of other countries. Not only that, even Indian companies like L&T have refused to participate in the contracts. So this is primarily because of the civil nuclear liability law that we have at this moment. There have been suggestions that we want to attract investment in the nuclear industry. We need to either scrap it or make major amendments. Is there any thinking that has gone into this in South Block before the Prime Minister went to the US? Thanks.
Mr. Venkat Narayan, I think you are speaking on behalf of the CEO concerned. At this stage, what we would suggest is let him say what he wants. We will take, obviously, for us, nuclear is an important priority. Obviously, for us, it is part of our energy mix, and we would like to see nuclear energy grow in terms of our requirements, because we have a nuclear establishment which is well versed in handling these things, which has a track record which is unparalleled in the developing world. And therefore, if there are any issues, these will be considered once the voyage to America and the return is over with. At this stage, you are aware that laws in our country are determined by Parliament. And Parliament has, in its wisdom, provided a framework. And as of now, all of us work within that framework. If there are issues which need to be addressed, that will be taken into account once that voyage to America is over. We come back and take stock of it. Yes, Manish? Manish?
Akbar, in terms of outcomes, what are our three key expectations from the forthcoming meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Obama?
Good try. You know what, on outcomes I never say. I can tell you, I already told you my expectations. You can reverse it and see what I did say. But let me tell you, we have indicated to you areas of focus. These will be all matters of discussion. I can assure you that there will be substantive outcomes. But it is not our practice to reveal these outcomes to you beforehand. Please wait for a few days. You will have enough to report in terms of outcomes. I guarantee that. Yes, sir.
Totalization agreement, visa and immigration norms.
One question.
And
choose one question.
Issue is same, sir. So
yes.
Basically, totalization agreement, visa and IPR. What is India's? If you can just explain India's point of view on all these three issues, where
This is not the same. So you choose one. We will answer all three, and not one person. Choose one.
Let's stick to IPR because that's
all right.
Okay.
She will answer on totalization. Yeah.
Okay. You know, there are times when you actually miss your boss, and today is one of those. He was supposed to be here, and I'm trying to fill his big shoes. On the question of totalization, we are following this since the last several years, almost a decade, I would say. We have been talking to the United States about this demand of ours, which is that we have almost 3 lakh Indian professionals working in the United States. They all contribute to the social security system of the United States. but they cannot derive benefits from the system because they can only work for about 7 years under the immigration regime of the United States, while you get social security benefits only if you live there beyond 10 years. Now, this is a legal issue in the US which they can't do much about, but we have been talking to them about finding some way forward. And they've been telling us that the Indian system doesn't have a reciprocal social security system like the United States, which would enable them to enter into a reciprocal totalization agreement with India. Now, these have led to a lot of technical level discussions, as you can imagine, and we have been sharing with them the kinds of agreements that we have entered into with other Western countries, for example, like Canada. And they have been looking into it, and this remains a top priority item for us because we care about our people abroad. We care especially about our professionals in the United States who are doing a great job of showcasing our country. And we believe that this is something that we owe to them. So we have in fact taken up this issue at every level with the United States government, and we'll continue to do so.
Nayanama?
We were also into discussions for a bilateral trade and investment agreement with US. Will that be taken up in under the trade and investment discussions?
This is again a long-term issue which we have been discussing for some time now. And the issue really is something which is under review at our end within the Government of India. We have a model template for such bilateral investment agreements, and the government is currently in the process of reviewing this model template. There are issues pertaining to sovereign liability, and the effort is to ring-fence this liability. So there is an entire technical legal process underway in our own government. So pending the finalization of such a model law, I think we have put...
All right, those are details emerging on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's America visit, which he will embark on the 29th of this